What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a dump here over the weekend. So in today's video, I just want to give you guys a quick urgent market update as we see this move down. What are those next levels of support that we can look at for that last hope of support? And if we break that level, I want to talk about how ugly it could get. Should you be worried or should you be buying this dip? We're going to talk about it all in today's video. So buckle up, Mafia. It's going to be a good one. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. And if you have been watching my live streams every weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will know that this pullback is not completely unexpected, as we were looking at some bearish signs popping up on the chart on Friday's live stream. We were looking at things like this 3-day red dot with a nice potential trigger wave here. We thought this could give us a little bit more of a move down. And as you can see, it did wind up working out pretty well. We also have the higher daily time frame money flow generally still flowing to the downside. Now guys, this is something I've been looking at for a long time. Over the past few weeks, we have been looking at the overall bearish scenario with high time frame money flow coming out, not only on the 3-day, but also the 2-day is in the red here. And although this is not what people usually want to hear, when we brought that up, we were looking for this pump to be a lackluster pump to the upside to potentially put in a macro lower high and then get a bigger drop to the downside, potentially breaking structure again to lower prices. And I'm going to talk about those lower prices in just a second. And not only that, guys, we also got that retracement right into the macro 786, which you can see in all of its glory right here. So this does look like this could potentially just be that little lackluster retracement we were looking for into the area where we know those lower highs are likely to form. And we also had our value area high coming right up here, getting tapped to the dollar as well. And just to add a little extra sauce there, we also had a weekly up here to make this a beautiful, beautiful level of confluence. And you see the volume profiles working out perfectly, once again getting that rejection at the value area high. So guys, now that we kind of see what we were looking for to anticipate this move down, I want to talk about those lower prices and where we could potentially be looking for our last hope support before potentially seeing things get pretty ugly. So as we take a look here, guys, if you watch the live streams, you'll be very familiar with these levels. We have our current volume profile, which is very similar to what I was just looking at, where we got that rejection from the value area high, which we now also know was the 786 and a weekly level. And then recently, as we got more of this pullback on Monday, we were saying, hey, if we can't get back above this POC based off the laws of the volume profiles here, we know once we reject that value area high, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that POC. And then again, on Monday or at the beginning of the week, we were talking about potentially getting stuck under this POC. And if we could not get back above it, we would very likely be on our way back down to the value area low, which we were looking at a few different levels down here. We were looking at 61.6, which did wind up getting tapped. And then as we were playing around with this level, guys, we knew that if we were unable to get back above that value area low for a full rotation of the range, we were expecting a bigger breakdown to some very key levels that we had down here. And we are literally sitting at those levels right now. And here they are, right? They are basically coming from a naked value area and some Fibonacci levels as well. You guys can see we have that naked value area pulled from the little area of consolidation we had down here. Value area high coming in at about 59.72, which is basically where we're sitting right now. And then you guys can see down here, we also have the POC and the 786 retracement. And that fib pull is coming all the way from the low of this dump down to $53,000 all the way to the high where we just got rejected at that weekly 786 value area high. So the retracement of this entire move up, golden pocket is sitting just about where we are right now, guys. Now, if we are unable to hold this golden pocket as support, guys, I will be anticipating lower prices. And where is that next likely place to go? When you can't hold that golden pocket, guys, the next logical place for price to go is for that 786 retracement. Now, not only can we use this kind of technique to anticipate that potential pullback all the way down to about 56, 57K, but if we get below that golden pocket and can't get back above, you can see we are also getting below the value area high of this naked value area. And we know if you can't get above that value area high, just like we couldn't break out here, you're going to expect to go to the POC and then the value area low. So in the context of this lower range, if we can't get above the golden pocket, you're probably looking to go to the 786, which is pretty close to the POC of the range. So you kind of have that back up confluence here that if we can't get above that golden pocket, it's also the value area high, which would make you anticipate the POC, which is coming in at 57.9. And then if we can't hold that POC, you know, you might go down to that 786. And then your value area low weekly level is sitting at about $55,732. And I will be completely honest with you guys, we really do not want to start losing this range, because if we start losing this value area low and we can't reclaim it for a move up, it is going to be very likely that we get that bigger move down. And what we were looking at on the live stream a few weeks ago, when we got this retracement up and we were looking for a lower high and a bigger breakdown for the downtrend to continue based off higher time frame money flow, because remember, money flow indicates the longer term trend. And when you see this money flow coming out, even though it's not everybody's favorite thing to talk about, I bring up what is on the charts. I will never tell you guys I think things are going up when I genuinely don't believe it. And when we saw this higher time frame money flow coming out, we did anticipate this to be a lackluster push to the upside to potentially put in a lower high, and we are at risk, right? It's not a guarantee yet, but we are at risk. If we wind up losing these levels, we could wind up seeing exactly what we were looking for in that bearish scenario, and the high time frame money flow, once again, is absolutely goated. Now, if we do wind up losing this range, guys, and we do get the breaker structure to the downside, the next major level of support I will be looking at is going to be the $51,000 to $52,000 range, where we have this other naked value area high coming in at 52.4, and the value area low coming in at about 51,341. Now, we also do have some other levels of confluence in here. I won't bring them up in this short market update. I want to push this out as soon as possible so you guys have this important information. But this is definitely still going to be the big point of interest, and I want everybody to realize something here. If we do wind up getting that move, this was 100% being shown to us on the higher time frames a few weeks ago as we were looking for that retracement to be lackluster to put in that lower high and potentially continue down. Now, before I let you guys go, you have the lower levels, you have some of the local levels, but there is one more local level I want to show you, and that is coming in from the range all the way from the top of the 2021 bull market. I've shown this on my live stream 100 times, and you guys can see this value area has been absolutely insane at calling the moves here on Bitcoin as we deviated above this volume profile, got accepted into the range, couldn't get above the value area high. Where do we anticipate price to go after that? Well, very likely you go to the POC, and then once you lose that POC, you're going to be looking to come down to that value area low, which again is coming in that $57,000 zone, where we have those other key levels of support that we just went over. And this value area is a very, very beautiful way to look at price just because the levels are so well respected. Deviate from the highs, you look for shorts back down to the low. Deviate the low, look to go to the high. Deviate the high, go back to the POC and the low. Deviate the low, look to go to the POC and the high. And then we simply deviated above this volume profile. And you can see here, even if I zoom in on a lower time frame, guys, I mean, these levels are absolutely respected. Mind you, these are pulled from 2021. That value area high got perfectly rejected. That's where you expect to go to the POC. We got support, and then a beautiful bearish rejection almost to the dollar here before potentially starting that journey down to the value area low. And these value areas have been absolutely pinpoint on calling these levels and helping us predict where price is going to go before the move actually happens. So with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for today's market update. Gotta always keep an eye on that higher time frame money flow. Even if everybody's calling for 100K, stick to your TA and stick to the data, not emotional opinions online. They're oftentimes wrong, and you want to trade with your brain and information and not your gut. So be safe out there, guys. Hopefully we can get some kind of bounce at one of these levels, but I'll keep you guys updated if anything else crazy happens. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand.